welcome back to my channel. I'm Karl Pierre, and today I'm thrilled to provide you with an exciting update on my custom seaside property in the beautiful town of Cabo Frio, Brazil. On this channel, I cover living globally and how to afford it by making smart business decisions. I do my best to show you how to make money to fuel your desire to live anywhere in the world that you want. If you find this sort of content interesting and inspiring, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to our channel to see how I put it all together. Cabo Frio is nestled along the picturesque coastline of the state of Rio de Janeiro. Offers the perfect blend of small city charm and seaside tranquility that captured my heart. Now, before we dive into the progress, let's take a moment to go over the original plans and vision for this property. When I first embarked on this journey, I had a clear vision in mind. I wanted a space that embraced the coastal lifestyle while providing comfort and serenity. This is a double lot and we're building a duplex townhouse. The left side belongs to Denise and the right side is mine. The floor plan for my side is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom house with high ceilings. Since the unit is narrow, I wanted to have high ceilings for it to feel more spacious. Now that we have a solid foundation in place, let's walk through the structure that has been built so far. I know that it's just bricks and cement at this stage, but it gives me a sense of the overall proportions and how the space will feel. This little slice of paradise is just 1 block away from a quiet beach with killer surf and characteristics making it the perfect getaway for any beach bum or water enthusiast. And the best part is just a stone throw away from some of the most popular beaches in the area. It's not just a place for my family to unwind and soak up the sun, but also a potential source of rental income. That's right, you could be staying in this house in the near future. So walking right in, here you have the main living room. And if you look at the plans, they're set up to have just a living room area. There's going to be an island here, a functional island with sink. That's the drain to the main plumbing line. And then along this wall, the cabinets, fridge, etc. Okay. Going further, come on to the back. Here is going to be the staircase to the second floor, and then also an exterior closet for storage. Okay, so stairs will come up and rotate back up here. You've got these nice tall ceilings, they're about 10 feet tall. And then right here, half bathroom. So obviously guests could kind of use the bathroom back here. This here is the utility room, so that we have washer, dryer, slop sink that's going to be going in this area. And then over to the back here is kind of typical Brazilian space where you're going to have kind of like outdoor lounge or kitchen area. So along this wall here that it just walked past, there's going to be kind of a functional kitchen, barbecue grill, etc. And then down into this area, we're going to put it like a little soaking pool and design this out. Obviously it looks like trash now, but we're going to be able to manage this out to make it a nice little outdoor space. So all of this here is all gonna be outdoor kitchen from like right here, little dining area to enjoy outdoors, you know, the typical Sunday barbecues out here in Brazil, and then little play area for the kids, pool, etc. And what Rosanna, the architect, was saying was that for kid safety, we could build a full deck back here or some sort of variation. She's gonna work on a few designs. And from what she could do with the deck is it has like a retractable deck so that you're able to pull the deck back, cover the pool, that way we keep it safe for the kids. And after, you know, it's all used up, close it out. So you get more outdoor space on the decking area, and then you have this pool reveal. So that should be pretty cool. So what we're gonna do now, let me just take you to where we're gonna have like the carport or parking area. So to the side of the house, you have like this kind of, you have to maintain the space. So back in the days, you were able to build all the way to the property line, but what they've done now is that they want you to have distance between the property line and the house. So what we're gonna do is just have a carport here, maybe some additional storage, a little outdoor area, and this is where that's gonna go. Now this is the other half of the property. This is my neighbor's property. We're doing a mutual build. So her property is going to be built on this side. And we're going to have, obviously the separation of the property line right down the front.
As we continue with the construction process, many of you may be wondering about the goals for the interior design. Well, let me show you some of the stunning 3D renderings and take you on a virtual walkthrough of the future of this property. From the choice of materials to the color palettes and the furniture selections, every detail has been carefully picked to create an inviting environment. I've been obsessed with Bali-style homes, and my inspiration for the design came from this house from a photo that I saw on Instagram. What do you think about my design choices? Would you have gone with a different theme or a different style? Did I make the right choice? Let me know in the comment section below. I think it's important for me to give you a little bit of backstory about how this all came together. The property was actually found by a real estate agent by the name of Patricia that I work with. And we were first looking at apartments and condominiums, but then she started to show me some of the land opportunities. Now this area in Cabo Frio is called Foguete, and it's a little bit of a quiet side of the town. It's like a thin little area of beach, and all the houses there are pretty much newly constructed in the past 30 years. Cabo Frio itself is an expanding city. There are more people who are choosing to leave Rio de Janeiro, the capital city, for Cabo Frio because of the opportunities that it's providing. So the city is in its growth stage. Now, the architect, the way that I met her, she was actually the architect that was already secured by Denise, who owns the other half of the lot. Now, she was already working with Denise, and it made sense for us to work together to use the same architect and actually do our construction at the same time. So for a little bit of a plot twist and interesting piece of the story, Rosanna, who's the architect that was handling everything from the design to getting the building permits approved and also the environmental considerations approved, when we were looking for a builder, we started to get price quotes, and Rosanna said she knew a builder. Turns out that Rosanna's builder is her husband. And I met with him and we toured all of Cabo Frio, and he showed me multiple properties that he had going on currently, as well as properties that he's completed. So I got to see his work in construction and his final projects, and I felt that the work that he did was really good. And compared to the other quotes that we got, his quote was right in the middle, and he actually produced his quote more professionally and faster than the others. So the fact that he was actually on it and his price was mid-level, I felt that he was going to be the right pick for us. So in total, I already have my architects in Cabo Frio. We could build other properties just like it. I'm already thinking about building an oceanfront property. When I first started looking at properties there, I had an opportunity to buy a double lot that was directly beachfront, and I'm still thinking about that. So I want to do another project already. So I already have my team in place. And the last member that I've added was actually a resource that I found on Upwork. I was thinking that I wanted to use a different team for the interior design, someone who specifically focuses on interior design. You see, a lot of architects are focused on the construction aspects of things and not so much on interior design. Interior designers are their own specialty in their own right. So I wanted to find an interior designer that was familiar with Bali style engineering and Bali style construction, because I wanted to go with that Bali look. So what did I do? I went on Upwork, I found somebody who was in Bali, and what he's put together so far has been really impressive. So this is going to be the same team that I use when I do more projects in Brazil and as I start to expand on developing real estate there. Now let's talk numbers and discuss what I have planned for this property once it's completed. As someone who covers living globally and making sound business decisions, it's essential to consider the investment aspects of this property. I have a clear strategy in mind that aligns with my long-term goals, whether it's generating passive income through vacation rentals or utilizing the property as a personal retreat, I aim to maximize its potential while ensuring financial stability. The land cost me about $40,000, and my half of the build with furnishing will run me around $90,000. As with all projects, I have a contingency reserve of 15% above the quoted price, so in total, I expect to be in for about $150,000. As a vacation rental, I can rent this home in Cabo Frio for about $125 a night and have an occupancy of around 65%. As a short-term rental, I will cash flow around $1,500, which is about 12% annual rate of return. Based on recent comparable sales for newly constructed homes, I could sell this property for around $200,000 to $215,000. So if I choose to sell, I'll net around $40,000 after fees and selling expenses. One thing that I don't really like about doing international properties is the financing terms. Financing in South America, financing in Brazil in particular, is a lot different than it is in the United States. In the US, I would be able to do this deal with about 15% out of pocket. That'd be 10% for the total construction cost and another 5% for kind of like float money, contingency money. And the entire construction I could get financed. The only thing that I would have to do a little bit differently is that I would have to pay about 50% of the land value. So when I'm dealing with my lenders in the United States and I was building something from scratch, it would be 50% land cost, 10% of total construction costs, and that would be my total net in. In Brazil, I'm doing this deal all cash, which kind of sucks because if I use that same amount of cash, I would have been able to build 3 homes if they had the same sort of lending practices as they do in the United States. In fact, I've been even thinking about trying to put together some sort of investment vehicle that starts to offer American-style products to people who are developing properties in South America. Now, I've been covering Colombia, Italy, Brazil, and I'm noticing that same sort of trend that in all of these countries that the financing options just stink, especially if you're a foreigner. If you were able to get financing like you were in the United States for an international property, would you go forward and buy it? Or does it actually discourage you to want to move and live in another country because you're going to have to come up with all cash? Just let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are on financing. And if I were to put together some sort of product like that, would it make your dreams a little more realistic when going forward and building a home somewhere else in the world? But my journey doesn't end here. In fact, I have an exciting plan to develop more properties like this in the future. If you're interested in building your own dream home in this breathtaking beachside town and want to work with my team or purchase one of my properties, feel free to reach out to me at info@ENTPLife for more information. Before we wrap up, if you're curious about what else this incredible area has to offer or what makes Brazil truly special in my eyes, I highly recommend checking out this video right here on everything that Brazil has to offer. They provide you a comprehensive overview of the local attractions, culture, and the unique experiences that make Brazil a must-visit destination. Thank you for joining me here today, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more updates on this project and my exciting journey.